Hello students, how are you guys doing? I'm going to be going over lesson 2.10 multiplicity code down questions. I'm going to make 3 videos, one explaining each problem. So if you didn't need help on the first one, you could just get out of this video and then move to the next video. So in this question says the graph of the polynomial function f is shown. Select all the true statements about the polynomial. So this polynomial here is has a lot of characteristics, and we're going to go through each one to see which one is true. So let's go with the first one. So it says the degree of a polynomial is even, and then B says the degree of a polynomial is odd. So you should have learned that there's a difference between the graphs of even degree and odd degree polynomials. So even degree polynomials are polynomials that the endpoints travel in the same direction. So they're either going in the upward direction like this, if the leading coefficient is a positive, or if the leading coefficient is a negative, they're going to travel in the downward direction like this. That's how you know if it's even or odd, or even positive or negative leading coefficients. If the polynomial is an odd degree and it has a positive leading coefficient, you learn that the endpoints of the graph are traveling in opposite directions, and it's traveling from left to right. And as this graph travels to the right, it is increasing. If it's a negative leading coefficient, it would be decreasing. So it will start up here, go down, go up, and then go back down in the negative direction. So that's how you know. Now, since this graph has the endpoints of the graph traveling in the same direction, we know that this would be an even degree and not an odd degree. Okay, so this also helps us with letter C and D. The leading coefficient is positive, the leading coefficient is negative. Well, we know that it's an even degree, so we don't have to worry about the odd degree polynomial characteristics. In this case, if the leading coefficient was positive, the endpoints would travel in the upward direction. If it was negative, then they travel in the downward direction. As you can see that these are traveling in the downward direction, so the leading coefficient is a negative. And finally, E and F, the constant term of the polynomial is positive, the constant term of the polynomial is negative. So the constant term, you should have learned that the constant term tells us where the graph crosses the y-axis. In other words, it is the y-intercept. Okay, so the y-intercept in this graph would be positive 3. Okay, so the constant term, which if you should know this already, but the constant term is basically the term at the very end of the polynomial with no x value. So whatever number is over here would be considered a constant term. In this case, since it's passing the y-axis at positive 3, we know that this would have been a 3, and it is a positive number and not a negative number. Okay, so that's how you do question number 1. If you need help on the rest of the questions, go to those videos. If not, then you are basically done with this. All right, so have a good day. Bye.